Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. This is the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 launch gameplay trailer. I'm going to be running through it and breaking it down live for you guys. I was going to do a reaction, but it's not really very long at all. It's about a minute long total, so I felt like a live breakdown would be more fitting. This opening shot we've seen before in the campaign trailer. That skyline in the background looks pretty ominous, and we've seen people hanging from those street signs in the street down there as well, so this is not a happy place at all. This door gets blown up by a charge that's on it. Pretty simple stuff. It's campaign. It is what it is, really. You've got Marshawn Lynch's character there, who, as far as I'm aware, is going to be a bad guy. Some people falling off that thing, which we've seen before many times. City under attack. Building blowing up, and then some multiplayer gameplay. Note that we do see Firebreak here. If you want to get some Firebreak gameplay on your brain, then just look in the bottom right, or well, not bottom right, it's bottom left right now. There's Firebreak using his special ability, and on the right side of the screen there as well. Pretty cool. Then we get to the zombies bit. Just take in this scene, okay? Just take a deep breath and take it all in. On the left side, we can see Detour Diner, and right next to that, there's a clock. What's the time on the clock? 9:35. Hell yeah! 9:35 has not been abandoned. It's still going strong in Shadows of Evil. That makes me extremely happy. 9:35, for those of you that don't know, is integral to the Call of Duty Zombies storyline, and so seeing absolutely any reference to them makes me an extremely happy bunny. We've also got JJ's newsstand on the right there. You can see a couple of other shops in the background as well. Looks like we're next to a theater right now. You can sort of see the writing on there, but it's too obscured to read. You got some abandoned taxis and stuff as well in the road, and other than the thing that I've just pointed out, that 9:35 clock, I don't think that there's anything in particular that we should be jumping into and analyzing in this little shot just yet. Maybe if I go back through this, I'll see something, but I mean, you could say, well, the building in the background, that tall sort of spire, looks pretty ominous. Is that going to have to do with anything? But at this point, that would be complete speculation. We've seen that shot before. We've seen that shot before, so we're going to move on. We've seen that shot before as well, so we're going to move on. I'm not sure if we've seen this shot specifically. Got some zombies jumping down in the background there, so if this is a new shot, I can't really remember if it is or not, then that's something that you might not have seen. Also in the background, it looks like there's a light coming out of the wall there, but again, that's probably not going to be very important. Maybe that light lights up when you turn the power on. That would be cool. This next shot, we're moving into the docks. You can tell by the lights. That light behind our, I was going to say the sheriff just then, the cop. You can see behind him, there's that sort of circular light. That is indicative of the fact that we're in the dockyard. So that's where they are right now, these characters. You've got Nero in the back there. Is that a perk machine? It's not a perk machine, is it? No, I don't think it's a perk machine. There will be perks in Shadows of Evil. Mark my words, it would make no sense if there weren't any, but I'm pretty sure that that isn't a perk machine. Treyarch have worked too hard to hide the perk machines from us for them to just show us the actual perk machine in a launch gameplay trailer. That would make no sense. So I don't think that's a perk machine in the background there, despite the fact that it does look quite box-like and perk machine-sized. Don't think it's a perk machine. I've said that multiple times now. You can see the mark on his hand quite clearly here, which is nice. Only the cursed survive. We've got that sort of talisman, that mark of being cursed, which is on all of the hands of the characters, or rather, not all of the hands, but all of the characters as hands. Gotta specify with my grammar there, otherwise it's gonna get very confusing. You've got some people running underneath in the sort of sewer area, or not really sewer, I guess it's kind of a sewer area, or the river that passes through Morgue City at least. This is weird. This shot is pretty strange. So we go from the sewer shot, okay? You've got these silhouettes of, or rather the shadows, the shadows of zombies running through these sewers. Then we cut to this shot here, which are not in that same, it's not in the same place, and you can't really see anything. It's just very shadowy zombies. I don't know if they're trying to hint at anything here. It looks like we can see the box light in the background, although there's potential that that isn't actually the mystery box light. That could well be something else, because it doesn't quite have that same look that the mystery box usually has. Maybe that's changed in Black Ops 3 Zombies. That's completely possible, so that may well be the box light. I'm hoping it's going to be certainly a lot more visible than it was back on the original Dariz, because that was so damn faint and it was impossible to tell where the box was half the time. Then we've got this shot, which again we've seen before, I believe, although I think that this is a slightly later part of that shot. I don't think it went quite this late before. I may be wrong about that though, but nothing really to see there necessarily. Then we're going to see, again, a shot that we've seen before, the cop shooting his pistol, going through some more campaign stuff now, these ships flying around. Got some multiplayer stuff there as well. Gravity spikes being used. Oh, hello! Okay, so This is cool. So we see this assortment of images of different things from the campaign, right? You've got this character yelling, you've got some trees in the background as well, and some other sort of lines that we don't really understand. They're just sort of there and we accept them. Then we see this character seemingly dying in the frozen forest. I'm going to explain what I think about that in a moment. And on the right, we see this crow, Corvus. This is a key theme in Call of Duty Black Ops 3's campaign. We don't 100% know why just yet, but we do know that Corvus is damn important. They wouldn't have shown us crows so many times. They wouldn't have shown us the constellation Corvus in the trailers if it weren't important. They would not have done that. So this is going to be a central theme. The woman dying, I think that's the woman we're going to see in a moment, is also going to be key to Black Ops 3. She appears to be dying in the frozen forest. Now, I think the frozen forest is in her head. I think that is her sort of status quo and equilibrium when her mind is at rest. That is what I believe the frozen forest is right now. However, we see someone going into the frozen forest. That's what these hands are. They're falling into the frozen forest because I think that they establish a direct neural interface with her. They jump into her psyche because she's like dying or something. She's holding her stomach in one of the earlier trailers. So she seems to be dying or something. They interface with her and go into her head. And then she is dying in the frozen forest, which is in her head, but she, I guess, is going to show the character something or something along those lines, the protagonist, you. You can see here that she's standing there, or rather floating there, it seems. She sort of rotates, so I reckon she's floating. There's this tree in the background as well that we've seen before, and that's moving. Yep, it's a moving tree. You can see as I go from the front, sort of, rather the end part of this clip to the beginning of the clip, you can see that the tree is wiggling its way along the ground towards us, and I'm pretty sure that tree is going to be a central part of this woman's frozen forest for whatever reason. It's a moving tree, whether it's meant to be related to sort of Norse mythology and Yggdrasil and all that sort of stuff, I don't know. The world tree, I don't know if that is the link that they're making. I don't know if gods are going to be assembling at this tree every day or anything like that, but I do know that it's a moving tree, and in the frozen forest, physics don't work in the same way that they do in the real world. So there's things like buildings that will just build themselves just out of the blue because it's in this person's subconscious, it's in this person's psyche. You can see this building assembling itself as she turns, and I'm assuming that's because in her head, she is creating the building. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. We then see this shot, which we've seen before. We then see this eye, which I don't think we've seen before, at least not in-game. We've seen an eye plenty of times in those Snapchat teasers from ages ago with I was about to say Only the Curse Survive, but Enhance Yourself for a Better Tomorrow.info, that viral campaign that I covered quite extensively on my channel. This is also another shot that I believe we've seen before. Stuff that we've basically seen related to the campaign. There's the bad guy interrogating, I believe, Dr. Salim, I think that is, and it looks like he kills Dr. Salim here. Bang. That looks like the gunshot, and then that looks like maybe a blood splatter or something. Either way, it doesn't look like Dr. Salim is going to get out of that one unscathed. So I have been MrRoflWaffles. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. That is the end of the trailer, by the way. I think I should probably let you know that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, then leave a like. If you haven't, let me know why in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.